China Day, and I'm talking about what's going on here. There's all the pictures from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. There are three like the eastern coast cities of China and provinces of China. There's also there's pretty modern, so there's less traditional stuff. It's pretty like westernized cities. This is the pictures from Shenzhen and Guangzhou. There's two really big cities in China from the south coast of China, and yeah, you see the modern bridge, and this is the brief picture of that city. Is pretty light, like it's very modern in China. And this person here is Deng Xiaoping. He's the like the prime minister of China, like the chairman of China, like 10 years ago. And because he said our country should develop this city, so the city is pretty developed now. Western China, there's Xinjiang province, Gansu province, Qinghai province, and Xizang, which is Tibet. There's all the pictures. You see, because this is a vast area, so there's a lot of religions. For example, the Dalai Lama stuff are from here, and this is the warriors, from Qing Dynasty warriors. It's pretty famous. I think most people knows that, and a lot of foreigners come to China. They visit this part of China, and you see all the stuff. This is for like making the horse, when you're riding a horse, this is for beating the horse to make it faster, run faster. This is the pretty traditional stuff. When the young kids or the Buddhists put it on the head like this for some tradition. This one it's happened like 5 or 6 months ago. It's an earthquake. It's from Sichuan province. It's all the pictures were taken when the earthquake just happened. It's all the pictures. Like the little kids are injured, and how the hospital and how the soldiers come out to help them. And this is our premier, Wen Jiabao. He went to the frontier of the earthquake, and at that time it's still very dangerous, but he went there. So the people really feel pretty warm, because it's pretty dangerous at the time, and he also goes there to see what's going on and to lead people how to overcome this disaster. Okay, this is the most modern city in China, which is Shanghai. I think most people knows that. It's in the eastern coast of China. And you see here the big tower is the Oriental TV tower in Shanghai. It's like the CN Tower in Toronto. And when you go to all the way up to the tower, you can see the really big, when you're looking down, it's like a really big city, really beautiful, the scene of Shanghai. And this is pretty modern, but you see here is the traditional Shanghai. But it's very traditional, like 100 or 200 years ago, it looks like this. But China, I think China is keep losing these kind of traditions, because China, as an Eastern country, it becomes more and more westernized and becomes more and more industrialized. So the traditions keep losing, but the government try to save these kind of traditions. So people trying, government trying, hopefully it will keep it. And Hainan is really beautiful, small island in the south of China. Like I think the scenery is pretty much like Hawaii, because a lot of seashore and sunshine and really beautiful blue skies. So you take a lot of pictures here. Actually, I went there before. I really love, and Mama loved there too. And this Suhang is two kind of provinces. All the stuff you see here is from that provinces. This is the center of Beijing. Like the city is like a square, and this is the center square of Beijing. This is the government, like Renmin Dahuitang, which is the government, like parliament building. And this is the Tiananmen Square. You see here, over here, Tiananmen Square. It's really beautiful here. This is like a traditional opera, Peking opera. When people performing this kind of opera, they just put this like mask, put it on their face, and they just do some performance. Like, for example, this is represent like the soldier or general. This is there are two generals. This is like the monkey. You see the face is kind of funny, like very slim down there, so it's kind of funny. And all of these are like traditional. Let's keep talking about Olympics. Okay, this is our last sport. Everybody knows that like the 2008 Olympics is held in Beijing. So it's all the pictures took from the Olympics. This is like the water cube. This is the main stadium of Olympic, and all the these five like fortune. That's the symbol of Olympic of China. Like these five represent fortune, healthy, and all the positive words. So these five babies, like they have the name like 北京欢迎您, which means Beijing is welcoming you. Welcome to Beijing. So each of them represent one Chinese character. So there's 5 Chinese characters, which is 5 baby, which means Beijing welcomes to you.
Do you want to get into journalism, or do you just want to see how you look on TV? Here's your chance. Come drop by at the TV Western office in room 266 in the UCC, or email tvwest@uw.ca for more details.
So Israel Day was this past week.
Yep, and if you've been watching the news, then you know about the crisis in Gaza, and that makes Israel Day this year that much more heated for Western students. Yeah, so I'm sure they have a lot to say. Let's find out what their thoughts are on the matter. Check it out.
Hey Western, I'm Reed, and I'm here with Daniel. Daniel, what's this display you got on here? Essentially, this display is the IOC's attempt, IOC being Israel on Campus, to fulfill its right as a group on campus to present alternative opinions to large issues pertaining to our society. We believe that obviously a university is a beacon of education and higher learning, and we believe that a good open debate with good solid facts is very important to this institution. And we know that yesterday there was a demonstration, peaceful demonstration by the Palestinian Student Organization displaying their side of the issue, and now we believe that this is our turn to show our side of the conflict. Essentially, this display is set up in a way that it disputes some of the common misconceptions about the war and about Israel's part in the war. It begins with the Gaza being an occupied territory. It talks about international law and what defines an occupied territory and what Israel has done to ensure the safety and well-being of the Gazans. Next, we talk about Hamas and how it has been called by many countries, including Canada, a terrorist organization, and how it's very tough for Israel as a democracy to negotiate and deal with a terrorist organization. Then we have Israel's right to defend itself, as it says on the board in the UN, Article 51 of the UN Charter. Every country has the right to defend itself. It goes into specific detail about that. So on and so on, talking about all of the common claims against Israel, trying to show that Israel has the best intentions in all of this to create peace in the region, to preserve human life, to preserve democracy in the Middle East. We just believe that Israel has the purest intentions in all of this, and we wanted to show our support on campus, where it's tough to get this point across because a lot of people have a tough time what they see on the news with the civilian casualties, and they feel the need to support the Palestinian side, which obviously we support the Palestinians in terms of the plight and the unnecessary civilian deaths, but we want to show that there is a political situation going on and Israel needs to be supported, because essentially Israel's existence allows for civilians to live prosperously, and that is the ultimate goal, is choosing life over death. So.